So this is your teacher Haris Bhatt, and we are going to solve a question from company accounts. You are seeing my YouTube channel, Learn Accounting with Sir Haris. And today, this question is basically very important because in the recent exams, this question is coming very frequently in the exam. One is basically the reversal method of company accounts, and the other question is basically this question. And that basically requires you to prepare the T accounts. The T accounts means the ordinary share capital account, the share premium account, the retained earnings account, and sometimes he used to ask us to prepare the bank account also if bank is given. So in this question, we have to prepare T account, but always remember that it is always good to pass the entries before preparation of T account. Sir, why you are saying that? Because unfortunately, in the exam, entries, sometimes the examiner asks you to pass entries regarding right shares, regarding bonus shares, then what you will do if you don't know the entries of company accounts. So entries should be part of your solution so that you can prepare the T count easily. And if the question will come from entries, as I'm expecting this year in May, June 2025, so you can pass the entries also. Okay, with these. So let's start the question. This question has come in October, November 24, variant 23. October, November 24, variant 23. And the question 3 is basically, we have a question 3. The following balances have been extracted from the record of N Public Limited Company at 1st October 2023. Share capital is given, ordinary share capital of 0.5 each. Always remember that if the share price is less than 1, so the number of shares will be more. And if the share price is more than 1, the number of shares will be on the lesser side. So what we are going to do, 2,50,000 divided by 0.5. So the number of shares is going to be 5 lakh. So we have 5 lakh, number of shares is going to be 5 lakh. Now let's move on. Issued 50,000 ordinary share at 0.7 each. So we have issued shares of 50,000 of 0.7 each. Means that one share is basically of 0.5, but we are issuing share at the rate of 0.7. It means that 0.2 is the premium. So let me pass the entry because I already discussed with you that I will solve the question with entries. So the entry is going to be bank debit, as we have issued 50,000 shares and the price per share is 0.7. So bank will be debited with 50,000 into 0.7. Share capital is going to be credited with the face value, that is 50,000 into 0.5. And the remaining amounts is going to be written with the name share premium, and that is going to be 50,000 into 0.2. Why, sir? Because the per share value is 0.5, which is the face value, plus 0.2, which is the premium. That's why it is 0.7. That is why the total price is going to be 0.7. So 50,000 into 0.7. If you can use the calculator with me, it will be very helpful for me and for you also. So 50,000 into 0.7, if we will do that, this will become how much? Yes, 35,000. Share capital is always written with face value everywhere. So that will come 50,000 into 0.5. That is 25,000. And 50,000 into 0.2 is the share premium, and that is 10,000. So we are done with the first entry, which is supposed to be passed. So let's move on. Next, on 1st March, made a right issue of 1 ordinary share for every 5 shares held at that date at an issue price of 0.65. The issue was fully subscribed. Again, the right shares are issued at a premium. The offer price is more than the face value. That is 0.5 plus 0.15. That is why it is 0.65. And these right shares are issued after 1st November on 1st March 2024. It means that these 50,000 shares will also be entitled for right shares. It means कि इन 50,000 50,000 शेयर्स में से भी राइट शेयर इशू किए जाएंगे, इनको भी राइट शेयर की कैलकुलेशन में शामिल किया जाएगा. So let's do that. This is 1st October 2023. Now we are moving on to March. So let's decide about the number of shares first. So number of shares is going to be, the old shares are 5 lakh. Okay. So the right shares, what is the going to be the, we have issued more shares of 50,000. So 5 lakh plus 50,000. So currently, the total shares from which the right shares are going to be issued are 5,50,000. So now let's see. made a right issue of one ordinary share for every 5 share held at that date at an issue price of 0.65. So the quota system is 5:1. So let's do that. So the right shares are, number of right shares, I mean 5,50,000 divided by 5 multiplied by 1. So that is the amount is going to be how much? 5 ones are 5 and 5 ones are 5. That is 1,10,000 shares. Now I can pass the entry for the right shares. Always remember that the entry to pass for the normal issuance of shares at a premium will be the same for the right shares. If the right share are issued at a premium, we'll pass the same entry for right shares and for the normal issuance of share at a premium I'm talking about, because right shares are always normally issued at a premium. So bank is going to be debited. How many shares are there? 1,10,000 multiplied by per share price is 0.65. Okay. So I will go with the total. Now what is this JOD? Let's enter it. So share capital is going to be credited with 1,10,000 multiplied by 0.5. And share premium is going to be credited with 1,10,000 into 0.15. So from where you have come 0.5 and 0.15? Okay, let's see. The right shares are issued at a price of 0.65. 0.5 is the face value plus 0.15 is the premium, and this is why it is 0.65. So now calculate, let's multiply this. 1,10,000 into 0.65, we will get the amount of right shares. That is 1,10,000 into 0.65, that is 71,500. Then 1,10,000 into 0.5 is the amount of share capital, which should be written with the face value. Because we remember, always remember, that share capital is always written with the face value. That is 55,000. Then share premium is 1,10,000 into 0.15. Let me calculate that. Into 0.15, that is 16,500. So share premium, if you go with the total, you will get the same amount of bank, 71,500. Share capital is credited with 55,000 with the face value, and share premium with 0.15, 16,500. जी मुस्तफा बताएं, no problem.
सर जो आपने वो किया है, ये 0.65 वाला जो दोबारा है सर, ये समझा देंगे दोबारा पॉइंट?
जी जी बिल्कुल. Same is the case with 0.7, because the per share value is 0.5. Here it is written, and you are issuing the 50,000 on 1st November. The 50,000 shares are issued at 0.7. So it includes the face value of 0.5, and 0.2 is the premium. But for right shares, the shares are issued at 0.65. So 0.5 is the face value and 0.15 is the share premium for right shares. So I've passed the entry. I've calculated the shares first. That is going to be 5,50,000 is the total number of shares, including the old shares. 5 lakh, 2,50,000 divided by 0.5, and 50,000 new shares are issued. So 5,50,000 are the old shares. Quota system says that every 5 share you will issue one right share. 5,50,000 divided by 5, 1,10,000 shares is going to be the right shares. The entry for right share is bank debit 1,10,000 into 0.65, including premium. Share capital is always credited with face value 1,10,000 into 0.5, and share premium with the premium amount, which is 0.15. So 1,10,000 into 0.15. Both the concepts for the issuance of normal shares and the right shares are the same, because they both are issued at a premium. Now paid a final dividend of 0.02 per share on all share in issue at that period. Remember that 0.02 is the final dividend, which is paid on 5 lakh. No, this 0.02 should be multiplied with, not with 5 lakh, with all shares in issue. So what is the number of all shares in issue? Let's calculate that first. So the number of shares till now is 5 lakh, which is already there. Original shares, 50,000 we have issued more, plus 1,10,000 we have issued more. That is the right shares. So what is the total amount now? Let's calculate that. 5 lakh plus 50,000 plus 1,10,000, that is 6,60,000. And the dividend, which is going to be known as the final dividend, that is supposed to be paid. Just a minute. That is supposed to be paid. So 6,60,000 multiplied by The final dividend per share is 0.02. It is given in the question. Sir, where? Let's see. Paid a final dividend of 0.02 per share on all share in issue at that date. So 6,60,000 into 0.02, the amount is 13,200. So 13,200 is the amount which we are supposed to pay for the final dividend, and the entry for that is retained earnings is going to be debited because the dividend is paid from the profit, and profit is added in retained earnings. So it will be subtracted from retained earnings. Retained earnings बेटा हमेशा क्रेडिट होती हैं सर, वो क्यों? अच्छा, ऑर्डिनरी शेयर कैपिटल क्या होते हैं? क्रेडिट। शेयर प्रीमियम क्या होते हैं? क्रेडिट। जनरल रिजर्व क्या होते हैं? क्रेडिट। तो रिटेन्ड अर्निंग्स भी क्या होती हैं? इट्स अ पार्ट ऑफ इक्विटी, क्रेडिट। लेकिन जब आप उसमें से पैसे निकालेंगे सर, क्यों? डिविडेंड पे करने के लिए, तो उसकी अमाउंट, रिटेन्ड अर्निंग की अमाउंट क्या होगी? कम हो जाएगी, इट विल डिक्रीज। That's why retained earnings will be debited because of the payment of dividend, and bank is going to be credited with 13,200, which is 6,60,000 into 0.02. I am passing the entries. Yes, that's true. But why? Because he didn't ask us to pass the entries. The profit for the year is 41,800. Prepare the following accounts: share capital account, share premium account, retained earning account, and that is the 11 marks question is this. And then state two features of a debenture. Debenture is a non-current liability. We have to pay fixed interest on debenture. Debenture is supposed to be paid before ordinary share, right? State two features of ordinary share. It is a permanent source of capital. It's a part of equity. On ordinary shares, we have to pay dividend, and dividend fluctuates according to the performance of the business. If we have more profit, we can pay more dividend. If we have less profit, we will pay no dividend. We will pay less dividend. और अगर प्रॉफिट नहीं होगा तो फिर डिविडेंड हो सकता है ना अनाउंस किया जाए. टोटल 15 मार्क्स का क्वेश्चन है. लेट्स नाउ प्रिपेयर द लास्ट एंट्री एंड देन we'll move toward the accounts. So last entry is made a bonus issue of 1 ordinary share for every 8 share held at that date on 1st July 2024. Now let's see what is the number of shares right now. Let me calculate the number of shares which we have already calculated. It is given, that is 6,60,000. And what is the quota system of the bonus shares? That every 8 shares we have to issue 1 bonus share. So what we'll do, 6,60,000. What is the bonus amount of bonus shares? Yeah, a number of bonus shares, I'm sorry. 6,60,000 divided by 8 into 1. So that is the number of bonus shares. But always remember, that is not the amount of bonus shares. That is the number of bonus shares. So number of bonus shares is going to be 82,500, and the amount of bonus shares multiplied by 0.5. Then we will get the amount of bonus shares, because 82,000 is basically the number of bonus shares, that is 41,250. So 41,250 is the amount of bonus shares which we need to issue. And we know that from where the bonus shares are going to be issued. You know that we will utilize the share premium first, whatever amount is available, and the remaining amount will be taken from the retained earnings. So let's see. Let's go for that. I will debit share premium because bonus shares are issued out of share premium first, and then we will utilize the retained earnings, and then share capital is going to be credited. Beta, bonus shares is just the conversion of reserves into share capital, right? It is known as capitalization of reserves. हम reserves को कम कर देते हैं और share capital को बढ़ा देते हैं. तो share capital हमारा correct हो जाएगा 41,250 से, that is 82,500 into 0.5, and the amount is taken from share premium, whatever premium is available, and the remaining, if need be, will be taken from retained earnings. So let's see that what premium we have currently available with us. At the start of the question, we have a share premium of 13,400. So I can write here 13,400 was available. We have issued general shares to the public, to the general public, and we have issued them at a premium. So 10,000 premium will be added, increased. And again, the right shares are issued at a premium, that is 16,500. More premium will be added. So the total premium available right now, what is the amount? 13,400 plus 10,000 plus 16,400. So let me calculate the amount. 13,400 plus 10,000 plus 16,500. So we have total premium of 39,900. So we'll utilize, we'll take out 39,900 from the share premium account, and the remaining amount from 41250 will be taken from the retained earnings, that is 1350. So 1350 will be debited or taken out from retained earnings, and the remaining amount will be taken from share premium, because we have share premium of 13,400 at the start. 10,000 shares are issued more at a premium of, sorry, 50,000 shares are issued at a premium of more. That is going to be the 10,000, and 16,000 we have taken more amount. So this is the premium actually, 10,000, then 16,400, and then the availability of the start 13,400. So the total share premium available is 39,900, which is utilized for the issuance of bonus shares, because the amount will be taken from the share premium first. Total amount 39,900, and the remaining amount, if need be, will be taken from retained earnings, that is 1350. And now I'm going to prepare the, yes, I'm going to prepare basically the, what should I say? I have to prepare the accounts, share capital account, share premium account, and retained earnings account. ये जीओडी साहब कौन है, आप जरा बता दीजिएगा मैसेज में, जीओडी साहब कौन है, जरा प्लीज बता दीजिएगा. So let me prepare the share capital account.
Assalamualaikum sir, it's Fahad here.
Okay,
Fahad.
okay. So let me prepare the share capital account. So next time अपने नाम से ही आना बेटा, वो फिर मुश्किल हो जाती है मेरे लिए.
सर वो आज फोन से कनेक्ट किया, पहले लैपटॉप से आया करता था, आज फोन पे आ गया इस वजह से. इस पे नेम ऑलरेडी लिखा था.
Okay, so first we'll prepare the share capital account, and the share capital has a balance already available at the start of the year, that is 2,50,000. So I will write the balance brought down here first, because I have to prepare the T account. So let me write the dollar sign also. So I will write the balance brought down here, brought down, that is 2,50,000. Then I will go with the entry simply. I don't need to see the question again. Why, sir? Because I got all the entries regarding share capital and everything. So in the first entry, share capital is going to be credited with 25,000. So I will write here 25,000. And the name will come of the other part of the, which is bank. Okay. Then again, share capital is credited with, because of the right share we have issued, that is 55,000. So I will credit the amount in the share capital account, 55,000. And again, the amount is going to be bank. You can write right shares also in reference, no matter. Then again, the share capital is going to be credited with 41250, but we have to write the amount separately. Otherwise, he will deduct marks. 39,900 is going to be credited with, because of share premium, and the remaining retained earnings because of the retained earnings, that is 1350. So now we'll go for the total of the credit side. There is nothing which come on the debit side, and the whole amount will be written on the debit side with the name balance carried down, which will become the brought down of the next year. So can you please go for the total for me of the credit side? I'll be very happy. Then I have to prepare the share premium account. So let's prepare the share premium account. I'll purposefully, I didn't write the correct spelling. So let's suppose that we have a balance in the share premium account already available, which will be written on the credit side, because all equity has a credit balance, which is 13,400. Now let's see the share premium. In the first entry, we have share premium, जो कि क्रेडिट हो रहा है कितने से बेटा, 10,000 से. किसकी वजह से बेटा, बैंक की वजह से. आप राइट शेयर भी लिख सकते हैं, ठीक है जी. फिर शेयर प्रीमियम आपका क्रेडिट हो रहा है बेटा कितने से, 16,500 से. किसकी वजह से, अगेन बैंक की वजह से. और फिर शेयर आपका डेबिट हो रहा है बेटा 39,900 से, सारी अमाउंट से. वाई सर? बिकॉज वी हैव यूटिलाइज दैट अमाउंट बिकॉज ऑफ द शेयर कैपिटल, क्योंकि हमने बोनस शेयर में सारी अमाउंट यूटिलाइज कर ली है. तो अभी आपके पास शेयर प्रीमियम का कोई बैलेंस मौजूद नहीं है. वजह, बिकॉज ऑल द शेयर प्रीमियम which was available or which has been recently increased because of the issuance of right shares and other shares has been utilized for the issuance of bonus shares. And now I'm going to prepare the retained earnings account at the end. Can you please tell me the total of the share capital, which I missed, because I have to write the total of the share capital account, and then I have to prepare the share capital account and the carried down balance. I hope so. Chat में नहीं आया अभी तक कुछ भी amount. Please do it. Then the retained earnings, we have the balance at the start is 71,800. That is the balance at the start, or the retained earnings. So I will write here on the credit side, all equity has a credit balance 71,800. Always remember, every single account of the equity has a credit balance. So it has to come on the credit side, 71,800. Now I will see that which entry will affect retained earnings. First entry में retained earnings है beta? No. Second, no. Third, yes. Because we have basically paid dividend. So retained earnings is going to be debited because of dividend with an amount of 13,200, and that is because of bank. You can write the dividend also. Then in the last entry, retained earnings is going to be debited with 1350 because of the bonus shares. You can write the share capital, which is the other account, share capital, and then you can go for the carry down of the retained earnings. So 71,800 minus 13,200 and 1350. मुझे आपने शेयर कैपिटल अकाउंट का टोटल अभी तक नहीं बताया, बता दें क्रेडिट साइड का minus 13,200 minus 1350. That is 57,250. So the carry down, oh, sorry. So carry down is going to be over right here, 57,250. And definitely that will be written as a brought down also on the credit side in the future, because the total obviously will remain the same. That is 71,800. And over here also 71,800. But you always remember that you have to write the brought down also for the in the question, because we have marks of brought down. Otherwise, he will deduct marks, because brought down has 1 mark in every part of the question. आपने टोटल नहीं किया मुझे, चलिए कोई बात नहीं, मैं कर लेता हूँ. 2,50,000 plus 25,000 plus 55,000 plus 39,900 and plus 1350. That is the total amount of share capital actually. That is 371,250. I will write here also 371,250, and I will write with the carry down here 371,250. So this is how we are done with that, and brought down I can write that is 371,250. So we have done with the accounts, but I have passed the entries also. Why? Because you might find requirement in the for the entries in the question, maybe in May June 2025 also. So it is always good to pass the entries, because it will make your questions quite easy. So any problem you can ask me. So we are done with this question. You can ask me any problem. That is the preparation of T accounts for the issuance of the shares. Now tomorrow I will inshallah solve the question again, and that will be question of, it will more difficult, again company accounts, and that will be a question of May June 2020, October 2024 22 variant. I will solve that question for you, right? We might not find such type of a question in the exam, but still we need to solve it, right? So if you want to ask me any question, you can. Otherwise, thank you very much. Any question you can ask me. We have time. I can solve the other question also, but I will not do that. Why, sir? Because I want to do I want you to prepare the T accounts in other questions also, which have come in the past. For example, if you just look at the question of February-March 2025 in AS accounting, 2025, you will find the question of T accounts. Same question like this. If you see the question of May, June 24, 23 variant, you will find the question of T accounts in company accounts. और आप यकीन माने कई टीचर ये कराते ही नहीं हैं. सोचें जरा, यानी एक ऐसा क्वेश्चन जो बार बार आ रहा है, टीचर उसको अकोमोडेट ही नहीं करते हैं और उसको इग्नोर किया. तो ये हमने अकाउंट जो है वो बनाए हैं, वर्किंग के मार्क्स भी दिए हुए थे, और ये फीचर्स वगैरह ये ऑलरेडी मैं आपको बता चुका था. ओके जी, एनी क्वेश्चन यू कैन आस्क मी, अदरवाइज थैंक यू वेरी मच. ओके, मैंने आपको बताए हैं क्वेश्चंस, वो आप घर में कर सकते हैं. May June 23, oh sorry, May June 24 23 variant, then February March 25, and that is एक ही वेरिएंट होता है 22 वेरिएंट. वो भी आ जाएगा मेरे पास क्वेश्चन, तो मैं आपसे शेयर कर दूंगा. ठीक है, 1-2 दिन में आ जाएगा. थैंक यू वेरी मच.